from the podcast, Grant's Rants Hollywood Talk. It's Grant's Rants Small Talk.
Let the ranting begin. Welcome to this small episode of Grant's Rants Hollywood Talk. The RHONY trailer has dropped and we have thoughts. Joining me is RHONY expert from Hot Takes and Deep Dives, the podcast, Jess Rothschild.
He had to fly in, a born and bred New Yorker, to comment on the RHONY trailer.
Yeah, you walked down the street. We said when the RHONY trailer comes out, we have to talk about it.
We literally said that we were at brunch. We were at brunch not 7 days ago, and I said, and I knew that it was going to be like, I really thought it was going to be, like a month from now. I was like, when that thing drops, I am dropping everything in my life, and we have to do a reaction. And who knew that it would be this soon?
Here's our reaction.
What are your top two thoughts? Your top two reactions? Just from today. It doesn't have to be specifically the trailer, just in general regarding today.
First is, I did not expect to fall out of my seat watching this trailer. Some people are like disappointed by it. Like, what did you expect? To be like shocked? Like, it's a typical Housewives trailer. They add the music in the end. So like, you know what I mean? Like, they had like the orchestral music and then some like lines about the women. Okay. And then my second thought is, I think it's like half old RHONY and half new RHONY. It looks like kind of like a new direction, but it's still recognizable to me.
Okay, so my top two thoughts have nothing to do with the contents of the trailer. Okay. Like, we'll get into the contents in a minute. Yeah. Number one, the fact that Bethany managed to f them over again by having that press release come out in People magazine approximately 30 minutes before this trailer dropped. This is why she's the best in the biz. Her publicist is Jill Fritzo, and she will cut a bitch. And
she's one of the few that has a publicist in general right now.
I know. So like, literally most of my thoughts are the Bethany commentary in my head has gone into overdrive and she's so much more relevant to me today than even this trailer, which is, I mean, RHONY is like my favorite, franchise.
This is why you're here. This
is why I'm here, but it's just, so that's funny to me. Number two, yesterday when they, Dave Quinn started tweeting all the apples, we got all the, the hints that the RHONY trailer was going to drop today. Quite frankly, I am shocked that we got this trailer this far in advance.
Right.
I feel like I feel like it really should have come mid-April or like early April. It feels so like Jersey just started.
Yeah.
So it just feels premature.
They asked Andy, and I think it was on like one of those after shows, and they're like, when do you think it's coming out? And he's like, next couple weeks. And this was like 2 or 3 days ago.
That's weird.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not complaining. I don't really care. I mean, it's just something to look forward to. I remember last season, RHONY, I feel like kind of saved me because I was alone through the pandemic and just working nonstop. And it was like the one thing in April to look forward to. I think they came back April 4th. I think I still remember it.
Okay. So on this exact note, I remember last year when I did a reaction on my show to the RHONY trailer dropping. And I remember saying to the guy who I did it with, to my guest, my friend Gibson, I said at the end, I was like, listen, I have to tell you something. It's just the reality of the situation. And he's like, what? He's like, it was like if somebody died. I was like, this is pre-pandemic, mind you. The trailer dropped in February. We were weeks away from the lockdown. And I said, it's premiering Thursday, April, whatever it was. The point was it was going to be airing on a Thursday. And under normal times, this is a really bad programming slot because Thursday nights, like, people are out. And he was like, oh my God, they're going to lose the live tweeting. They're going to lose. And then cut to whoever could have predicted a pandemic. And then RHONY became like this. Everyone was home watching RHONY, like as a family, live tweeting because of that. So today I bring you good news. And the good news is that the show is premiering on Tuesday, May 4th. So we're airing on a Tuesday. This is an improvement. Okay. We're going to be out, hopefully edging out of the pandemic. Yeah. And it's actually replacing the Dallas time slot.
Okay.
A show I have not watched a frame of this season.
Right.
Aside from the premiere.
Yeah, I mean, does it all mean anything at this point with On Demand and everything and Peacock, dare I say, Kelly? So I really don't know what, I mean, at this point, what it all matters.
Do you follow ratings and
a
stuff?
little bit, especially on Bravo, but at this point, it's like, it doesn't make any really difference. It's all about, the +7 and all this. So, I don't know. It's funny that I'm doing this show because for me, like, I'm very open. Like, I'm really sick of giving free publicity to Bravo and Housewives and Andy and all of them. So I'm just like, here I am promoting season 13. So, I'll be watching for whatever reason, but I can't miss it. This is probably the only one left that excites me in a way where I will definitely watch every episode, even if it's kind of boring. I'll still stick around. And I can't say that about really any of the others. Like, they're all up for dropping at this point.
What jumped out to you in the trailer? Like, if we're going to throw out like three pieces of content that we learned in the trailer.
They throw too much in it. And I don't need like 8 seconds, 6 seconds, 4 seconds, like bite. I'd rather be like, all right, what's the theme of the season? Like, what's the main thing? Like, even with Jersey, it was like, the husbands and who's loyal and, the marriages from the outside.
Yeah.
And that theme is playing out so far as we've been seeing through the season. So what's left? Like, as far as RHONY goes, is it just like, are they just trying to play up the chaos and the madness? Is that what it is?
Yes. Listen, the truth is, most likely we're going to have another season without a plot. Like, life big updates could be going on. However, I am thrilled that Luann is introducing her boyfriend because she was in a relationship all last season with her manager or something, her agent or her manager, and he was not seen on screen. And this guy, Garth, what a name.
What a hairdo. I mean, I'm so excited that she's giving us another relationship that we are going to destroy for her. Well, I was wondering because I'm saying like she can't do the cabaret. So what's her storyline? Because that's been the storyline. So what
I love Luann with a man. I love Luann with a man.
So this one, this coming soon. She'll be done with this guy, if not already. Probably already done. But yeah, I don't know who this is, where she found him. But I'll be like excited to see it, to be honest.
They were sighted in the Hamptons like over the summer. So they've been together pre-filming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I was wondering what she was going to bring to the table. But in this trailer, you see a lot of them, like, I don't know if they're just like showing off for each other, but it seems like they're still like out in public and doing stuff. Like, it just, I don't know. Did you catch that? They looked like they were at a show. Luann had a baton or something she was doing.
I think these are fake events for the show.
Yeah, I was gonna say because there were no events.
Yeah,
that just didn't exist.
But that's the way it's always been on New York. All the little cast parties, those are empty rooms. Like nobody's in those rooms, and they just like fill it with assholes, frankly, like me or whoever. Except this time it's just gonna be them.
You've been there, yeah.
Like these things are like by and large.
Right? It's for TV.
It's to create content so that they can do their antics.
Right. You know, yeah. I know, but if they want it to mirror life, it should be like, why are they doing it? What are they doing in a theater? Weird. What do you think of all these topless scenes? What is this?
Don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be fun to watch, but like, didn't register. Heather Thompson registered.
Yeah. And I like her, but I heard that she's not in for the full season.
Same.
I heard she's here for the first half. She got in a fight with someone and left.
It's so interesting, but see how heavily she's featured? By the way, we just watched this as a family. I keep pointing behind me to the television as if people can see. Yeah. But heavily featured in the trailer. But yes, she does cut out mid-season. Good. I love it. Like I love a Heather Holly Thompson. Give me something familiar now.
Yeah, something familiar. I agree. I'm kind of like lukewarm on her, but like I'd rather see her than someone like Jules.
Oh, I love Jules.
I'd rather see Heather.
Oh, justice for Jules. I would give Jules my number one get on my podcast.
I don't know. Not about this week. I don't believe it.
Not this week, but on a regular week.
So I had reached out to someone that works in post We'll just say that for RHONY. And I was like, I really, enjoyed the trailer. And I said, is that everything, or is that just like the first half? Because usually it's just the first half. He said there were a few things from the end that were in there, which we'll have to see in like 9 to 12 months when it actually finishes airing. Mm-hmm. But it seemed to me like the first half. And so I am kind of withholding some judgment because, we're only seeing 50% of like these snippets. And it looks like a lot of the same events or the same trips. So I'm withholding judgment.
They went someplace else aside from Salem. I'm trying to remember where, whatever, but they do go on another little getaway. Actually, remember the end of the season was delayed because Sonia got COVID, which didn't show in here. Did I just spoil something? I think people know that.
Oh yeah, that came out.
Yeah, people know that. All right. I want to talk about two things. Number one, the fact that we're missing Dorinda. How do we feel watching this without Dorinda?
I didn't notice, but she wasn't present.
But who's the soul of the show now?
No, there is none.
There's none.
No, that's okay though. I mean, it's a show. I guess it's just like, it is what it is. I don't really care. I'll watch it no matter what, I guess. I'm trying to find what's left of Housewives that I enjoy, and that's this. So like, I'll defend it,
Second thing, breaking news. I mean, this week, Tinsley, how do I say this?
I forgot about this story already.
Yeah. I mean, what a week for RHONY. Like,
right?
For in RHONY news, Scott, who hates the press, hates the television, hates all the publicity, made Tinsley leave the TV show. Scott issues a press release to people that they have broken up. She left her job for him.
Yeah.
Do you think, what is your prediction with Tinsley? Will she be back next season?
She's lobbying hard on Instagram. I don't know if you saw the stories, but she's regramming and reposting. It sounds like she's looking to go right back to where she came from. And it kind of makes sense for her. I put on Twitter, it seems like she's someone that like peaked in high school and then has been trying to like chase that ever since. So that show made her relevant again, and it put her in the circles for whatever that all means anymore. And I think that it would be a good thing, but I do not see her as a full-time. I think that her story has been told. I don't think they're going to do it. I think they're trying to push the show in a new direction. So I think she'll be be a friend, but she'll probably show up to 2 lunches. That's what they do on this show.
But she and Leah are legit close friends.
Then they'll go to lunch.
No, I want her back.
I mean, I'd like to have her too, but I don't have.
I want her back. I want her crying. I want it all.
I don't think that they're going to do it. I think they're so focused on pushing this thing forward. I don't know why, because she's young. But it's like, again, I've said a million times now, they want these young moms. If she got pregnant, she'd be on immediately. They're obsessed with the young mom.
I can't believe that she didn't get. Well, actually, the truth of the matter is, Tinsley is. How old do you think Tinsley is?
42.
Yeah, she's in her early 40s.
Yeah.
And I feel as a person who has a lot of friends who really want to have children, and like, I'm in my late 30s, a lot of my friends are older, and I've seen their struggles with like infertility, or even not even infertility, just what you have to go through, especially, well, if you're an older woman, and if you're a gay woman, you have to go. It's a more complicated process. And so Tinsley, she talked about freezing her eggs, and I do wonder if she couldn't get pregnant, which would break my heart. I mean, she's all the options in the world. She can adopt, she can do whatever. But I did find it interesting that since the engagement, I guess, I don't know. I don't want to make too many assumptions, but I have a lot of empathy there. Like, I really love Tinsley. So.
I mean, they never got married, right?
I know, but she wanted to have a family.
Right, but was she waiting to get married to him? And if so, like, what was the
Well, that's the whole. Well, a lot of women are saying, just do it on your own. Do it on your own. Like, she has the money, she has the support, she has the family, Dale and the sister. Like, she has support around her. She could totally, but she wanted the man. She wanted the full package.
Now, I had heard she was blindsided by this, and this was him pulling out at the last minute of this engagement.
What a goddamn. Can I curse on here? Oh, he doesn't like it. Grant's not happy.
More editing. It's all I do constantly. I'm tired of it. So I'm a little jaded today.
I know. We want to air this on the Disney Channel. I know.
Yeah. More edits. I was going to ask, so last season was Leah's, obviously we know, Leah's first season. I really enjoyed her. I'm wondering now if this is going to be a sophomore slump or the ego is out of control. It seems like the ego has grown. I really liked her and I want to continue to like her. I'm excited to see what she's going to bring for her second season, but I am a little leery that she's going to, try to take over a little bit. Could she be that like central voice and conscience for the show?
Totally.
If she can fill that role in a good way, then cements her place.
You know what I just thought of? Huge life event, world event that happens that they did not cover in there. And I bet is going to be, it would be an impossibility for it to not be covered in the show and be a legit storyline. The election.
Wow. Yeah.
Smack in the middle of filming, November. And so everything leading up to it.
Okay. Because they went there last time with Carol.
I'm excited to see this.
I think it's going to be more about like BLM and that whole topic.
I want to see it all.
Yeah.
What did we think of Ebony K. Williams?
Yeah, I'm ready for her.
You're ready for her?
Yeah, I'm ready for her. Especially I like that she let them all know she's highly educated. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, I mean, that's what I expect. You know, I expect that. So,
what do you know about her?
Not much. The other new addition, Brashawn.
Yeah.
She's beautiful. I like her. She, I made actually like a nice positive tweet about RHONY, and she liked it. It was about the inclusivity of it.
Oh my God.
The new direction with some a little bit of shade, because I said at least they didn't go in the direction of whatever they were trying to do with OC. So,
right.
Yeah. Cause like that's another whole thing.
Well, they like drove the bus like off the bridge.
Yeah.
With that.
Yeah. So a fan even asked Andy recently on Watch Happens Live, like, what's going on with the reboot of OC? And he didn't even correct her. He was like, oh, we don't know. Just be patient. Disaster. So
the curse of death is when Andy says, I've said it to you privately, when Andy says, I'm feeling real good about OC. It's like, oh no. And he even said that about somebody tweeted him, how we doing with Beverly Hills and RHONY? He goes, it's good. And I think I legit screenshotted and texted that to you. And I wrote, I'm worried.
Well, when it comes to Beverly Hills, you should be. And this show again, like,
no, I love Beverly Hills. We're going to fight about that later.
I don't hold it to a super high standard, New York. I just, I'm not expecting much out of it other than just if I can be entertained. Now, last year I went episode by episode and recapped each show. I'm not doing that this year. There's no way I can do it. I don't have the bandwidth or time, and I just be getting them up too late. It's really, this type of work is like quick turnaround. So much so where I paid for the East Coast version through a special app to be able to launch it, be the first one on the West Coast anyway. And it was a very long night, and my lifestyle has changed. I can't do that right now, but I will talk about it on the podcast, and I'm going to follow it, of course. And I'm sure I'll be on Instagram. So that will be my contribution to that. But I forget I did that for years at AfterBuzz. I forget what an undertaking that is to cover week to week. And, some weeks are filler,
Totally.
Especially in New York, which is fine because it's still entertaining to me. There's folks that are angry that Ramona and Sonia are still there. I don't feel that way. I don't feel that way. I'm happy to see them there.
Keep them there until the end.
I mean, to the end, yeah. I mean, Ramona is essential to the show. She's problematic. She's difficult.
She's necessary. End of story. Did you see Luann is officially added to the All Stars?
Oh, no.
And it's officially taking place in Turks and Caicos as opposed to Mexico.
Interesting. Did they shoot this about a week ago?
I know why you're asking that, because Sonia was in Turks and Caicos.
Correct.
Supposedly they were filming it in April, but
Well,
knows?
Sonia can just hang out and wait. You know,
I don't know.
What else is she doing? She's just like,
I totally noticed that she was in
because
Turks.
Heather McMahon posted a picture of her and Sonia in the Turks and Caicos at this mega resort, which I'm sure they had a deal with. So from New York, who will it be? Is it Sonia and Luann?
Unclear. Because at first it was going to be like an OG. Well, Luann is an OG. I don't know. Just wake me when the cast is final. I hate speculation. I hate hype and I hate speculation. I want facts.
Yes. And I've said it before. It should be all former housewives.
Yes.
We don't need to give any more time to Kyle. Please.
Oh my God. Wait, I want to tell you one thing. Okay. So did you know, Ebony Williams? I think she's a lawyer. She was a commentator on Fox News, and she was a correspondent on Fox News, which is interesting. She was like a real leftist view.
She brought that view, yeah. I wonder how Ramona will view her, because Ramona's watching the Fox News. She's got the Fox News app.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know for sure, but I know for sure.
I'm sure she's going to cozy up to her and say, I agree with your stance on, I'm sure.
Yeah. Until Ebony says, no, you don't.
So I found an old tweet. Okay. This is a tweet of Ebony K. Williams from November 9th, 2016. Prior to that, she had said she did not vote for Hillary Clinton in the 2016 election. On November 9th, 2016, she simply tweeted, I wrote in. But like every American should, I pray for and will support President-elect Trump. Gary Johnson, like she threw
away the vote.
She threw away the vote. She's a registered independent. It's interesting.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, what can I say?
Yeah, I can understand, but not in that case. So.
And Bershawn is a business coach / motivational speaker.
Interesting to have a speaker on New York. I can't wait to see how fast it takes for Ramona to say something that she needs to be corrected on. Yeah. Now, we're seeing in the trailer the comment about the help. Is this the beginning of a whole educating Ramona storyline?
Well, the comment about the help, that's the tale as old as time. She's been saying that for years.
Oh, yeah. She's never been different. I look to Ramona as if she's a parent of mine. Like, they're very similar in age, and there's just no way of challenging their thinking. Believe me, I have tried. It's kind of what you get at that point. And it sounds like an excuse, but it's just the truth. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do, if they're trying to teach her anything. And at some point, I think they even said in the trailer, it's just not my job.
Right. Oh, yeah. As you said, I'm not. Damn, I forgot who she compared herself to. Switching gears, how are you enjoying Jersey so far this season?
It's okay. It's very long. I don't know. To me, it could be half the runtime, and I get just as much out of it.
Agree. Yeah.
I mean, I like it. I really liked it in the beginning, but now it's a little bit slow.
It particularly this whole storyline with Joe Gorga and the real estate agent and that whole thing, how Teresa's real estate broker, that husband owned Joe Gorga money. This is an entirely fake storyline.
It seemed like
to promote the broker's business. And I'm sure she took a less percentage for the sale of the house to get this kind of free promotion for her brokerage or
because it seemed very eloquent of Teresa, dare I say, to say, I will not list my house with you until you settle things with my brother.
I just hate to say,
it seems like such a talking point.
Honestly, I feel like all of Jersey is, I think we're watching soft scripted fake. It's not good at all.
The last 2 seasons were very similar as far as highly produced. And, I don't remember if it was a year or 2 years now, but when I talked with Margaret, I was like, I would really like, on this podcast, I was like, I'd really like to be able to see your business. We've never really seen what it is you do. I know what you do, but we've never really seen it. What goes on? You have all those women that work in your house in that office. What's going on? There's nothing There's nothing in your life worth talking about related to your business. So I know there were lawsuits and she couldn't really talk about that, but I'm talking about something fun for TV. Like we see them go to like a warehouse in New York or she's prepping for a new line or something. And she agreed. She was like, yeah, there's a lot that you don't see that we actually really do. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, we don't even know. I mean, if you watch the show, you wouldn't even know they do anything outside of the show.
Grant, speaking of Margaret, just to prove how sort of produced and fake. This is people caught this last week. You know the scene where she was crying?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about. The nail polish changed.
The nail polish. Yeah.
The nail polish went from like light to black. It was a total reshoot. Where do we go from here?
Yeah. I mean,
with raw emotion, like
will kill these shows.
Like crying. It wasn't like an Ariana thing where her hair like literally changed length. This was like emotion, like hysterical crying on camera. Like, okay, we're acting at this point.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. This is not the show that I fell in love with. Not that I love Jersey or anything, but I'm just talking about like in general, I was talking to somebody else and just saying, these shows are not how they began, and it's harder and harder to care.
Yeah.
And it makes me a lot less motivated to promote them because I don't want to ever be viewed as like a fool that like falls for every single thing that's being fed to me either. So I've always questioned way back for, I'd say now almost 10 years that I've been covering Housewives. I've always questioned these things, where it seems like a lot of other people are just more concerned with celebrating them. But I don't know. I think there's a smart viewer out there that can enjoy them the way we do, but not necessarily buy into every single Melissa Gorga fake storyline.
Right.
Yeah. Great example, by the way, of someone who really hasn't had anything to cover in like years.
Yeah. Well, they keep her because she's tied into the family and pretty to look at.
Yeah. Remember she was looking for like a long lost sister. Like it was All My Children.
Who could forget?
Yeah. It was like an All My Children episode.
Totally.
Like, okay, whatever happened to that? I guess you never found it. Or yeah. The only one who's like a true housewife to me is Jennifer Aiden.
Love.
She's imperative to that show.
The family stuff with the father hates the mother, so he moved in with her. That is fascinating.
Yeah, that I believe.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean it's like.
And can I tell you what I don't believe? She doesn't drink. I know for a fact. Jennifer Aiden doesn't drink. I've met this woman. I've spent time with her. She's been in my apartment. Okay?
So what is she doing at the pool?
It's fake. It's antics. It's antics. She's not. They're going to do a whole thing. Jennifer drinks too much. She legit doesn't drink.
Oh.
Period.
I mean, what else could they have?
Margaret doesn't drink.
I know that.
And Jennifer just like, she just, it's a thing for the cameras. Like she'll like take a shot at tequila and like she's amplifying, like getting a little buzzed.
Well, they definitely played up the narrative. How many drinks she had, how drunk she was, how out of control she was, passing out.
Yeah.
She passed out almost on cue, in the husband's car.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're talking about a show that's highly produced. I don't know why I watch it, but I watch it. My grandmother feels the same way. Like, why do we watch it? I just think it's so trashy, but yet, like, I'm loyal to the show. Not to Teresa, though.
Yeah, I didn't want to say the TRASHY word, but it is. So, here we are.
Yeah. Any final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Listen, RHONY's the best thing we have.
I think it's the most legit.
It's the most legit, and you and I are going to battle it out when Beverly Hills comes back.
Oh, I'm not watching that crap.
Oh, yeah, no, you are.
This is the most authentic show, Real Housewives in New York. I can't even compare the two. They're like different genres.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be fake. It's going to be boring.
It's going to be good.
Garbage.
It's going to be good. Can't wait.
I can't wait to fight it out. This is the one thing we don't agree on. Very much so. I just have such hate in my heart for it. No, I'm kidding. But I really don't enjoy it. Please tell people where they can listen to this great episode. I promote it on Instagram.
Thank
chatting
you.
with Rosie O'Donnell. Where can people hear it?
Yeah, so my podcast is called Hot Takes and Deep Dives. And this week I interviewed Rosie O'Donnell, which I can't believe it happened. It's something I've been working on for months and months before the election. And listen, I'm from Long Island. This is who I've, looked up to, like Howard Stern, Rosie O'Donnell. These are these Long Island icons who I have been watching my entire life. And I can't believe it. There's video, I've never filmed, it's funny. I've never recorded like the video of a podcast before. And because this was a big deal, I recorded it. So I've been uploading a bunch of clips on Instagram and on YouTube. So if you go to Jess X NYC, you can watch. I mean, she talks about The View, Madonna, Sandra Bernhard, like a lot about The View. Lots of juicy stuff.
Oh,
Whitney Houston,
with Madonna, Whitney, her film career. You did cover a lot. It was a really nice, tight show. It was like, I believe it was an hour and a minute or something like that.
The inception of the Rosie O'Donnell show.
There was a lot. Covered basically all the highlights of her career, even her children and meditation. And so there was a lot of business talk, but also personal talk. And I will say, I have never heard anyone like on her level just be so open and just answer everything. So I encourage people once again to check it out and listen to it.
Thank you.
And talking very briefly about New York and New Jersey and just the state of where we're at. I appreciate it.
It's the State of the Union.
Yes.
Big day for RHONY. Big week for RHONY. Tinsley, Bethany. That divorce is finalized. She's engaged. What are we going to do? I could talk for hours about Bethany.
This has been Grant's Rants. Follow Grant on Twitter and Instagram at It's Grant's Rants. Cover art created by RHONY. Original theme music by Alexander Arntzen. The Grant Michael Collection.